privacy was non-negotiable for me from day one. Architecture. I didn't happen to spend anything like a single dollar to make this app up and running.
Hello friends, today we are joined by Ashok Naik, an artificial intelligence developer and full stack engineer. He recently launched a Smart Calorie Counter, an app that uses artificial intelligence to track nutrition through text and photos. Ashok built it using Gemini Vision and Groq LLMs. The app is privacy first, mobile friendly, and designed for real world use. We will talk about the tech, the challenges, and what's next in AI powered health apps. Ashok, welcome to the podcast.
Hi. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
My first question to you regarding this is that what inspired you to create the Smart Calorie Counter, and what gap were you trying to fill in the nutrition tracking space?
So initially, it started off like I was using a lot of other platforms for my nutrition tracking and to meet my calories and macros. But what I found over there as a bottleneck, that the process was really tedious and I had to enter a lot of data and it was time consuming. It was a separate task altogether because you need to have a certain set of willpower to maintain and to stick to a specific diet. And once it comes down the route of you need to additionally log it, it becomes really difficult to do it over the period of time. I wanted something really simple with just few clicks or just a photo to track the macros. And to just gap this entire thing, I thought of leveraging AI's convenience and also keeping the data privacy in mind. Because a lot of companies behind the scenes, depending upon the type of input I'm putting it through the app, they used it for the targeted ads. So just to ensure that, I happen to experiment on myself and try to figure out like which would be the bits and pieces which I can integrate together and come up with something which will solve this problem.
Okay. Can you walk us through the core architecture of the app? How did you decide on using this FastAPI for the backend and React for the front end?
Sure. So the idea was basically, when it comes to approaching any app or making any solutions, there are a lot of options and there are a lot of best options which are available, and people often fall down the route of over engineering things. So my entire philosophy was trying to keeping it as simple as it is easy to implement, and I leverage a lot of AI agents for coding this as well. As I said, this is my weekend project. I just did it in a few hours. So I opted for FastAPI backend because it had a really good documentation, and another property of that was asynchronous operations, because I was dealing with multiple ML models simultaneously. So I need to have something like which was asynchronous in nature. Apart from that, I was really comfortable with React. React is by far the most prominent front-end framework. So it has a really good support for mobile responsiveness as well. That was my primary goal, that most of the people won't be accessing this via desktop, but they'll be accessing this via phone. So most of the React packages like Tailwind and ShadCN, they were using a mobile first approach. So it was a no-brainer for me to approach that way, the technical stack.
Definitely. Thank you. How did you approach integrating artificial intelligence APIs like Gemini Vision and Groq, and what were the biggest technical challenges?
So I was experimenting with a different set of vision models. Like mostly, I wanted to, the primary approach was to use Quen's vision model. But so this is a beautiful part of this entire software architecture. I didn't happen to spend anything like a single dollar to make this app up and running. So the backend is hosted on a free tier of a platform called as Render. The front end as well is hosted along with that, and I'm using Gemini's API key. So coming back to the first, why I just moved on from Quen was because I was using Groq is like an API provider which has access to multiple open source APIs. I can use Llama as well. I can use DeepSeek as well. So as the Quen's model was really it was really good at what it was doing, and a lot of people were using it at the time. So I was getting a lot of rate limiting error. So I decided to go with Gemini. I had seen a lot of benchmarks related to Gemini as well, and the food recognition quality was really good. On the other hand, I wanted a text to text LLM as well. For that, based on the benchmarks, Mixtral was a really good match for it. The trickiest part was the having the communication between these two LLMs to actually the first LLM will analyze the food or nutrition related data and then pass it on to the second LLM, and keeping a lot of API timeouts as well as fallback strategies. So
Okay,
that
okay.
was the most complex hurdle.
Thank you. How does the app use computer vision to analyze meal photos, and what role does Gemini Vision play in that?
Gemini Vision is the core of our photo analysis. Where a user uploads a meal photo, Gemini Vision identifies the food items, estimated portions of it, and recognizes cooking methods that affect calories. It's remarkably accurate, and it can distinguish between grilled or fried chicken and identify specific vegetables in a salad. Um, I then cross-reference Gemini identification with other nutrition databases as well. I had a PDF of precise macros. I used that when I was prompting the image of the of the food item. So that helped the computer vision model to eliminate any guesswork.
Thank you.
So it was a proper estimation so far.
So how do you ensure that AI suggestions are not just intelligent but also health conscious and personalized?
Uh, for specifically for that, I spent a lot of additional time. So the vision part of the things were done, but my entire concern was how can I make it more accurate, because the lowest hanging fruit is taken care of. So I wanted something which basically was researched back, and which was being actually published by some clinical nutritionist. So I happened to come across two papers uh, from nutritional scientists, and these papers were published in the American Journal, uh, based on which the findings of that, using that as a PDF and that as a rule of in the form of JSON. I was with combining that with other parameters which the user used to pass, like his age, activity level, and if certain types of dietary restrictions are applied for that user. Uh, Through this, I was able to get the most accurate form of the result. So it was an iterative process. The first one was not that much accurate. Then I tried a lot of different test sets. Uh, After a week or so, I was able to get it, really perfect.
Okay. Ashok, talking about the security, the app is privacy first with no data stored and all processing done locally. What prompted this decision to you, and how did you implement it securely?
Yeah, privacy was non-negotiable for me from day one. Whenever it came for this thing, so the entire workflow was happening in an entire session. So there was no a room for storing data any which ways. It was happening in the runtime itself in the session. Once if let's say if I go down the route of the profile page and enter my data and then come back to generate a meal plan, that's just one instance of it. And if the user comes down to the app again and refreshes, so it will be a fresh page altogether, because I'm not storing any data. So that was the idea. Apart from that, I wanted to also have some guardrails in the picture, so that it doesn't nobody misuses this thing as well.
Okay, thank you. And what kind of feedback have you received from early users, and how are you incorporating that into future updates?
I got a lot of mixed feedback, and the feedback was really overwhelming. Uh, Usually it was for the speed of the application, as I
Okay, speed.
mentioned before as well, that this is something which is hosted on a free tier backend. So speed was a concern, as a lot when I sent this message out to a lot of technical groups which I'm part of, a lot of people I meet on a day-to-day basis. A lot of traffic was coming down to the vision APIs as well as the meal generation APIs. So I had to go down the route of optimizing that thing as well. But overall, I people were really happy with this entire product, which is sort of like an MVP. And I happened to speak with a team of nutritionists who were interested in taking this small project and trying to understand if this can go well with any fitness tracker. So that is one scope, which was a really like a groundbreaking thing for me.
Yeah, interesting. What were some of your biggest takeaways from building a full stack artificial intelligence based power app, and both technically and personally? I want to know
Um,
your biggest
that's a
takeaways.
really
Yeah.
good question.
Yeah.
So the entire idea was like knowing the fact that it's way too much easy for using any of these models. A layer of abstraction is already taken care of. It's just as simple as an API call. The entire challenge, or the entire thing, was how can I make it more effective. At that point of time, like handling failures of APIs, that was something which I learned in this entire process. Also, uh, making the entire process so seamless with a less number of clicks, because I was comparing this platform with other existing platforms which I was using, and then trying to find what can be really ideal, and how can I make it more better without storing the data. So
Mm.
that was the end goal. And as I said, like, it was something which I actually used on a day-to-day basis. So that was really remarkable. That reinforced me to use some of the AI models which are open, and Gemini did a really good job in that.
Oh, great, Ashok. My last question to you is that what's next for a smart calorie counter, which you have developed? Do you envision expanding it into other areas like fitness tracking or medical diet planning?
Uh, yeah, I'm exploring the options. Specifically, meal preparation is something which is something I'm looking forward to and trying to expand on that region. There is also a potential integration with grocery delivering services, and to just order ingredients that will help with the entire meal plan. And as I told before, there's a team of nutritionists who have got in touch with me and trying to get in the the nooks and cracks of trying to check if this really works out for them, knowing the fact is that there this is privacy first. So there is they might also need some other set of parameters which will be expanding over the period of time. Now the profile just takes age and dietary restrictions and the end goal, like if you want to lose weight or gain weight. But there might be some other parameters as well which I will take, that will make the accuracy better and improve the overall experience.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ashok. Thanks for watching our chat with Ashok Naik on the smart calorie meter, a smart calorie counter, I think. And if you found this helpful or inspiring, give it a like, share it, and subscribe for more stories on AI, tech, and innovation. Drop your thoughts or questions in the comments. We would like to hear from you. See you in the next episode. Thank you.
Thanks so much.